So you want to simplify your ADHD life, or you know someone that you want to help them simplify their ADHD life? These are some tips. And the first thing is have clear containers in your fridge because you want to be able to see what food's in there. Is it actually still good? Is it the food that you thought you had in there that you need to take to work or have for dinner? You want to be able to see all that. And you also want to be able to have it to where everything is able to be seen in your fridge. So you don't want to put things behind other things if you can help it, because if you can't see it with ADHD, out of sight, out of mind, you might forget that it's in there. Then you pull out later, and the clear container with the stuff in there does not look too good. So this is a good way to make sure that you not only know what's in your fridge, but you also can find what you actually need in your fridge. And here's another tip kind of related to that. You want to go through and check your expiration dates, whether these are in the fridge, in the pantry. You want to make sure that all your food is still good. It's not way past its expiration date, because I have pulled stuff out before, like pasta I had, and I looked at the date on it and it was way past, like a year or two that it's past the best by date. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to eat this, and I got rid of it. And something else you need to do is to have a place to where you have all your clothes laid out for the next day. Work clothes, gym clothes, whatever you need to take with you or get dressed in the next day. You want to have that all laid out because it's going to help you make sure you have all your outfit together that you need. And you don't have to sit in front of your closet in the morning trying to figure out, okay, does this match? What outfit do I want to wear? Where is that outfit? Where's the things that go with that outfit? You have all that done. So when you get up in the morning, all you have to do is do all your other stuff and you can get dressed and leave. And something else that will save you time is to have a command center or a charging station in your home. And what this is a place to where you put all your chargers, all your bags, everything that you need for the next day besides your clothes you already have laid out. You have this in the place to where you pass by every day, and you put it down when you come back from work or come back from going out. And then when you're going to leave, you'll also go there and pick it up from that place. So you know that there is a designated place to where you put all the essential things that you need for the day. And something else really important is to have a place that you can go and brainstorm, because a lot of times we have thoughts in our head, especially with ADHD. A lot of thoughts come in at once, right? And so if you have all the information in your brain and then you try to take in new information, it's going to be much harder to do. And so you want to have a place to where you have a pen and a piece of paper that you can go and put down the thoughts that you have in your head already. And so you can have a place to go and write these things so that you don't have to remember them as you take in new information. Because with ADHD, you are doing a working memory deficit kind of thing, which means you can only take in so many pieces of information at a time. So it's very important that you have that place to where you can go and then write down all the information that you need to make sure that you remember the good things, the bad things, the things that don't make any sense that you just want to get out of your head. Because it's just a really good thing that when you get those thoughts out of your head, then you have room to take in new thoughts and new information. And the new information might be super important that you have to make sure that you remember. And so this is a great way to make sure that you go ahead and have a place that you can do that, to where you can just, whatever it is in your brain at the time, just write it all down and then figure it out later, right? You can go back and look at your notes and say, okay, this is not important. That's not important. Okay, I don't need to get ice cream today or whatever. Oh, I do need to go do this. And then you just figure out what information you need to keep and what information is basically throw away. And something else that's really important to do is to conquer the mess inside your drawers. If you have drawers that are just kind of chaos in there, everything's kind of thrown around, you can't really find your socks or your clothes or whatever is in your different drawers, even your kitchen drawers, maybe a mess, then what you want to do is to have drawer dividers. You put these inside your drawer, and then you have different sections for each thing in your drawer. And so you might have socks, underwear, shirts, jeans, and they all have their little different section in your drawer, because the drawer dividers actually divide your drawers that way. And so it at least makes it so that at least you have all the same things that you need are in one little section. Even if they're not folded, you at least have them in a section. Now, it's great if you fold them as well too, or in the kitchen, make sure you have all your forks and spoons and knives, that they're all together with the like kind of items in there. And so this is going to help you, because once you have these sections set up, then you can look in your drawer and look and find everything that you need in your drawer really quickly. You don't have to go and look around, try to figure out where something is. You know, is it even in this drawer? So you have a way to just look very quickly, make sure that you have whatever you need that you need to get out of the drawer, and then get out of that drawer. Or you look in there and say, okay, it's not in here because I have these three different sections in there. And whatever is in those three different sections is what I see right now. And this thing is definitely not in that section. And so now you saved yourself time because you know the thing you were looking for is probably in a different drawer somewhere. And also, categories are your friend when you have ADHD because it does help you to remember things. And because of the fact that when you have ADHD, you're trying to remember this or that in this section or that section or where something is, and you're going to have some issues there. You're trying to just figure it all out. And if you have no idea or no categories, then now you're just operating on pure memory to make sure that you remember where that thing is, as opposed to if you decide, hey, this is a category for this section, this is a category for that section. In my closet, I have my jeans on my left, shirts on my right. Oh, I have my blue jeans, all the clothes that are blue on the left with my jeans, and all the clothes that are orange or purple or whatever on my right. And that way I automatically know when I go into my closet, I look around, I know this is where all the blue stuff is. This is where all the yellow stuff is. This is where all the red stuff is. And then you know where that stuff or where you need to go to look for that certain thing in that certain color. Also, you can use this in the kitchen as well. All my plates in this cabinet, all my bowls in this cabinet. And so you have different cabinets for different things because you do learn the different categories and where those different category of things are in your home. And so if you need to find something that is in one of those categories, you know exactly where to go to find it. And here is something easy to do that will help you with one of the major issues with ADHD, and that is time awareness. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your stove or your microwave timer, and you're going to set it for whatever amount of time you need to set it for. Now, the reason I say this is because then you don't have to go out and buy a timer, and they're usually in your home or apartment or wherever and really easy to operate. But the other reason I say use these is because the fact that these probably beep, and they probably beep continuously until you go and turn it off. It'll go beep and you'll not hear it the first time, and then the second time it'll go beep again, and you got to get up and you realize, okay, hey, my stuff is done in the oven or whatever, right? And the reason you want to do this is for that particular reason, not because it's just easy, but also that beep generally will bring me out of hyperfocus. And my thought is that it should help bring you out of hyperfocus as well, generally. And if you don't know what hyperfocus is, it's when you can just intently focus on one thing, just so intense that you don't even hear anything or are not aware of anything around you, basically. Now, if you don't have ADHD, you might say, well, that's great. You know, you can really focus on something. Well, the issue is you don't get to choose what you focus on. You don't get to choose what you hyper focus on, right? So it could be cat videos for 10 hours and you're just sitting looking at cat videos for 10 hours. Now, if you like cats, that's fine, but you should be doing something else for work or for school, whatever, and you're just focused on this one thing that may or may not be a good thing. Now, if it's something good, you know, that you need to focus on, like something you're doing for work, and you're like, hey, I just really love this job, I can really get into it, I really hyper focus every time, then that's great. But if not, then it can be an issue. You need some way to kind of wake you out of it to make sure that you're not stuck in that mode forever or for hours at a time. And so when you have a timer and it goes off and it beeps, you can set it for the amount of time that you actually want to work on the thing. And then when it runs out of that time, it will start beeping as the time runs out, or even before the time runs out when it's on this last minute. And here's something else. I have a video about ADHD organization rules that actually changed my life, and they're underrated. And that video should pop up on your screen. All you have to do is click it to watch it right now.